Hello, welcome to part 19 of our Let's Play. I'm Arumba, thank you for joining me. And where we left off, we were just in a non-holy war against the city of Elbing. And we had just plotted to start killing the next Hanem. And it's about time, I think, to briefly cover just before we get started on the actual combat here, something I noticed. We were kind of using this strategy here, which we're going to do again right now, to boost our son's stats again. This can get a little bit abusive, and it's fantastic to do so. Let's see, why is he not getting appointed? Is he leading an army? He's probably in the middle of a combat right now somehow. Let's see if we can get him. Oh no, I think it's because we maybe have a request out to have him join our plot. But what I'm going to go over is, so I've been murdering a lot of people, and it's caused us to have very poor counselors available. So I wanted to just go over a couple different ways that you can get more people in your court if you are looking for counselors. There we go. Got that extra point for him. And we're going to immediately put this other guy back, just because his stats are still much, much stronger than even our son's is. Right, so, oh, and we had just sent him on an important mission over here to Breda. And I just clicked the wrong one. Shoot. A little trick we can use here is if we appoint somebody else. Like, for instance, I can just immediately change it back to my son again. I've already done this 4 times, so I'm really kind of trying his patience with this, but do this real quick and then appoint the same guy back. I've just freed him up early. Instead of having to wait 6 months to reappoint him, I can do it like that. It does cost me relationship to do it like that, but I want him sowing dissent here, because we want to break up the Holy Roman Empire if possible. Right, so let's say that you have a poor selection, and like maybe in our case we have only 8 stewardship as our best guy, aside from our son. And we want to see if there's anyone else that we can use. There's 2 very easy ways to give yourself people. One is to go to the Find Character interface, search within the realm. Let's look for men who are not in prison, who are any marriage. Don't really care if they're married or not. We don't want rulers, because if they're a landed title, and then they'd already be showing up as part of our people that can be part of it, unless they're a vassal to a vassal, in which case we can't do anything with them because they're already landed. So we want non-rulers. Ideally we want people of our culture and religion, and we do want adults. Although that doesn't really, the adult thing doesn't matter very much. So for instance, I can then sort by the stats, and I can find people who meet all these criteria. So for instance, we've got this guy here. He's Swedish. He is the heir to a barony somewhere. He's got 13 stewardship. And if we want, we can just right-click twice, go to Invite to Court, see if he'd be willing to come. Unfortunately, he's not, but you can kind of go down the list real quick and see if there's anyone with better stats that you could invite to court. That's one way of doing it. If you don't have any excess land to give away, this is not always going to work. If you do have excess land to give away, even if this top guy is not willing to be invited to court, I could just grant him a landed title. Just give him land and make him come here, and then I could make him my advisor. So it's one way to import good stats, and sort of import good people into your realm. Another way that you can do it is you can search for people who have claims that their liege cannot press. The way you do that is you click on a nearby county, preferably someone of the same religion and culture as you, but that's not going to be anybody in our case because we have the Lollard heresy. But still, I can click here, click on the title, click here on this claimants button, and we can see all the people in the world who have a claim on the Kingdom of Norway. And then this little plus here indicates right up front whether they're willing to accept an invitation to court. And you can sort by rank and see if you can invite anybody that way. Unfortunately, this person is not going to come because they all hate us. It works a lot better if you're not playing as a heretic. Where you'll usually see this work out in your benefit is, for instance, if you're starting off in Ireland and you want to invite people to court. And then you can use it to press their claims as well. Finally, the last way you can do it, if you have no other options and you can't get anybody, you can always just generate random courtiers. I find that the easiest way to create random people is using this invite holy man to court. It only costs 5 piety, regardless of your size. This invite noble to court button is dependent on your annual income. So the more money you make, the more it costs you to use the invite noble to court button. So early on, when you're playing as a single county, single county count, it's going to cost you like 1 gold, which is nothing. But for us, it costs almost 20 gold per person, which I don't want to spend. Whereas Holy Man is just 5 piety no matter what. Now your immediate first thought might be, well, hold on, I want a noble, I don't want a Holy Man, or vice versa. A Holy Man, he's going to be like a priesty type guy. You would think so, but unfortunately the way that they've kind of coded this, it just generates a random person regardless. It's the same exact role as far as traits and stats go. They're randomly generated. Sometimes you're going to get geniuses who are brave and zealous and perfect with awesome stats. And other times you're going to get you'll literally get imbeciles who are lunatics and have leprosy. And so it's a complete crapshoot. If you have spare piety, which piety does contribute to your overall score. I think gold is more useful, so I usually would spend piety if I have spare piety, but that's just another way. And there's another button here for percent debutante, which is the exact same thing except for women. So there's 3 quick ways you can get more advisors. Not really going to deal with it much because, let's just do this. I'll give you an example. Let's say we have 800 piety right now. Piety I'm not that concerned about with. If I just click this button 10 times, I'm going to spend 50 piety. And now I'm going to have 10 new people in my court. So if I click the appoint button, I should be able to hopefully find somebody. Yep, there's somebody with 10. Before, the next highest was 8. And so we'll take that guy. He's just a random courtier. And again, that button spawns people who are of your culture and your religion. So all those 10 people I just invited are going to be the correct type people. And we'll go ahead and set taxes since 10 is a pretty decent score for that. Let's just see if we got lucky and there's any superstars in the mix. Probably not. No, they all have pretty terrible stats. Except for this guy. We did get a very, very good learning, which there might be some extra potential for this holy man to be, very good at being a holy man, but I don't know. Doesn't really matter. And we'll research cultural tech. I think I misclicked. Yep. Okay. On with the wars. Let's play. Oh, our knowledge of church infrastructure has increased. Finally, we got a little bit of a technology boost. We'll be covering technology in another episode. That is a topic I have planned. I'm getting just a little bit more information handy so that I can give you the best possible feedback on it, but... Okay, so we killed him. Doesn't look like any trade post plots have popped up. Let's see why that's the case. Hanem, Hanem, Hanem. We should be able to take one of these. Why can't we? I thought we just killed a Hanem. Let's go ahead and kill another one. That should be enough for sure. I think we have a couple trade posts being built over here somewhere. Things are going well. It's pretty good. I looked at our young little princess here. She's still not willing to be betrothed to us. We might have to just pray that, we have a little bit more control or possibly murder her right as that girl is coming of age. She's probably never going to make that betrothal because she realizes that that would give us claims on all of Norway. So, she'll make it difficult for us. The AI is actually decently intelligent when it comes to preventing that kind of thing. Like, if you're ever trying to do marriages and they say that they desire a better alliance, there's some calculation going on in there where they know that it's not really in their best interest to do what you're asking. my weak granddaughter needs an heir, needs someone to educate her, so we will. This is a. I mean, I hate to be. What's the word for it? Where I chauvinistic, I think is the word. Where I have a preference for men. But the fact is that she's just a girl, and so she's really not that important to us in the grand scheme of planning. I only mean that in the game, not in real life, so don't hate me for that. But we'll use the Chancellor. We've been pissing him off a lot. We've fired him 4 times. So we'll go ahead and let him raise her. Have at it. Have fun. And we've just turned 50, so our image changed. Ooh, that's not good. Well, actually, it's good for us. Fantastic. Gosh, let's just marvel at the beauty of our second level heir here. A 9-year-old with 17 diplomacy, a genius, kind, zealous, charitable, honest, just person. He would make a fantastic leader right now. That's exciting. I'm glad for that. Let's see. Let's check out Hainam's dynasty. I think that we're getting to the point now where Hainam is getting really low on people. Yeah, I think this might be the last person. No, there's another one here. You can expand them all and see all the living males. House of Rumby. Interesting. So they married the Rumby there. Okay. Looks like there's only 2 Hainams left, so if we murder this one and then the next, we'll have destroyed that house and we get all their money. How much money does he have? 200 gold. Let's do it. I want to get that money. I was watching some other Let's Plays, and I saw one where the Let's Play ran about 120 episodes or so, and I think the time played was like 300 hours. So I'm not sure if I want to really play and record 300 hours of this. I might. If I get a lot of feedback and support, I'll probably keep doing it as long as necessary, but I might end it before then. If it stops being fun, I'm not going to do it. I'm having a lot of fun right now, and I feel like this is probably going to continue for quite a while. But if it just gets to that point where it's the same mechanical thing over and over again, and it's just not fun, you know, like going to war and taking a couple extra counties, then you know, at that point you've already kind of beaten the game. So I don't know, we'll see it. Alright, so my liege, there's a rumor here in Gotland that one of the local nobles might be corrupt. Handled wisely, this information might be used to implicate one of your enemies here. So that's because we did the spy network plot, or counselor action. I kind of downplayed the value of scheming in an episode or 2 ago. It is useful, even if there aren't factions. It helps you to uncover extra plots, but these plots are so, I mean, I don't really care. They're just not important yet. No one's plotting to kill me because they like me, so that's why I think that this spy network's a little bit more useful. This might get us 50 gold, potentially. Yes. So we've murdered another child, Hainam. And that means that there's lots of trade posts available. Let's just take a quick look at the Hainam area, see which one has the highest county income and is ideally close and connected to ours. Let's go with this one. I want to try to work our way over to Strabon so we can do both of them at the same time. So we're looking at Liatuva. Goodness, look at these plot powers. That's a perfect example of a young person being easy to plot against. And again, we'll just quickly reiterate why that's the case. Our target has terrible intrigue on his own, because he's young. He just hasn't had a chance to learn intrigue yet. He does have a counselor, which is providing him with 13. However, his counselor is also his regent, so he doesn't really get the benefit fully that he would normally get. He doesn't get 2 plus 13. He ends up just getting the regent's score instead of his own, because he's not actually the ruler. Technically, the regent's stats are more applicable. The other disadvantage that he has is because he's a child, he's not married, so he doesn't have a spouse that he gets half of the benefits from. So kids are just very easy to plot against. makes playing republics very simple if you always keep your enemies at the kid level. Let's see, can we get above? Yeah, we can easily get above. We'll invite 2 just in case. And we're making pretty good money now. We've just bumped it up, gaining quite a bit, over 400 now. I think we're probably going to surpass the other republics soon. Yep, we've surpassed Genoa. Pisa by far. The only one that's even close and actually still ahead of us is Venice. But we will beat them with a couple more of these trade posts that we're stealing. And we're to the point now, really, where it just makes sense to basically just buy them regardless of opinion, because we've got so much income. And we're going to continue to steal them all. And as long as we maintain the campaign and we always win, this guy's kind of low, high, I don't like that. If we always win, then, yep, so he surrenders, that's good. Okay, so our demands is, demesne, whatever it's called, is too big, so this would be an example of when if I wanted to use that find character interface, I could import like the best diplomat or spy master or whatever in the realm. Oh, I apologize. Earlier I was using the search realm and trying to invite people to court. They're not going to do that. You've got to use search all. Search all makes more sense. Because if you're searching your realm, they're not going to move because they're within your realm already. That was a silly mistake, yeah. But for example, here I could go to diplomacy, invite to court, and I could go down the list of all people in the whole world. And I could actually get rid of this culture restriction to find some people with some very high stats, like 23, and just see if they're willing to come to court. It can be a little bit of work trying to do this, but if you just go down the list, eventually you'll find somebody. There we go. That guy will come. 22 is a very good amount. The only drawback to doing this is that if you invite somebody to your court and he has a different culture than you do. He's Dutch, right? And he's Catholic. The problem with that is that you're going to get the foreigner penalty and potentially the religious differences or the heretic penalty. So you're going to want to convert them right away if they'll accept. And then also just be aware that when you make them a ruler, either their people won't like them because they're a foreigner, or they won't like you because they're a foreigner. But still, if you're desperate for good stats, this is a good way to do it. You know, we're looking at the entire world here, even a Maghreb, from down here, the Almoravid dynasty. That's tempting, really. Whichever guy it was that I did, I don't remember now. I think it was one of these guys, like 22. I think I might. He's the Chancellor, the Regent, and the heir to the County of Brabant. So, let's see. If we invite him to court right now, and then make him the owner of this extra city that we just captured, then when he inherits that county, it should join our realm. I think. Let's give it a shot. We'll go ahead and we'll invite him, and if I'm wrong, oh well. By using him as a mayor, when he dies, it's just going to default back to a randomly generated person anyway, so I'm not too worried about the culture. Plus, it's not going to be the county capital, like the top level of the county, so he shouldn't convert the culture. So we'll go ahead and we'll make our newfound steward the steward, and then we'll give him the most recent city, Elbing, that we just took, and then we'll demand him to convert his religion. So now we've just imported a fantastic steward, and we'll set him to collect taxes. His stats are double, so it's a very, very much improved. Now he's 4 times more likely to collect a tithe than he is to get attacked and increase revolt risk. And he also increases the local tax modifier by 55% for all the holdings that we own in the county, including trade posts. So it's very significant. Yes, so. Okay, well with that, I'm going to wrap this episode up. I appreciate you coming and watching, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Thank you for watching.